But for an unfortunate remark of his, he would no doubt have entered at once upon a successful career at Dawson's Landing. But he made his fatal remark the first day he spent in the village, and it gauged him. He had just made the acquaintance of a group of citizens when an invisible dog began to yelp and snarl and howl and make himself very comprehensively disagreeable. Whereupon young Wilson said, much as one who is thinking aloud, "I wish I owned half of that dog." "Why?" somebody asked. "Because I would kill my half." The group searched his face with curiosity, with anxiety even, but found no light there, no expression that they could read. They fell away from him as from something uncanny, and went into privacy to discuss him. One said, "'Pears to be a fool." "'Pears," said another. "Is, I reckon you better say." "Said he wished he owned half of the dog, the idiot," said a third. "What did he reckon would become of the other half if he killed his half? Do you reckon he thought it would live?" "Why, he must have thought it, unless he is the downrightest fool in the world, because if he hadn't thought it, he would have wanted to own the whole dog, knowing that if he killed his half, and if the other half died, he would be responsible for that half just the same as if he had killed that half instead of his own. Don't it look that way to you, gents?" "Yes, it does. If he owned one half of the general dog, it would be so. If he owned one end of the dog and another person owned the other end, it would be so just the same, particularly in the first case, because if you kill one half of a general dog, there ain't any man that can tell whose half it was. But if he owned one end of the dog, maybe he could kill his end of it, and no, he couldn't either. He couldn't and not be responsible if the other end died, which it would. In my opinion, the man ain't in his right mind. In my opinion, he ain't got any mind." Number 3 said, "Well, he's a lummox anyway." "That's what he is," said number 4. "He's a labrick, just a Simon pure labrick if ever there was one." "Yes, sir, he's a damn fool. That's the way I put him up," said number 5. "Anybody can think different that wants to, but those are my sentiments." "I'm with you, gentlemen," said number 6. "Perfect jackass. Yes, and it ain't going too far to say he is a pudd'nhead. If he ain't a pudd'nhead, I ain't no judge, that's all." Mr. Wilson stood elected. The incident was told all over the town and gravely discussed by everybody. Within a week, he had lost his first name. Pudd'nhead took its place. In time, he came to be liked, and well liked, too. But by that time, the nickname had got well stuck on, and it stayed. The nickname soon ceased to carry any harsh or unfriendly feeling with it, but it held its place and was to continue to hold its place for 20 long years.